So to get started, the first thing we need to do is visit squarespace.com. Now I've done that without being logged in, and this is the screen you'll see. You're looking for the Get Started button up in the top right here. So I'm going to walk you through this as if I've not created other Squarespace accounts. I actually have a different screen I would visit to do this, because as you can see, I've created quite a few Squarespace websites before. In fact, they don't all fit on this page. There's 32 of them. So I'm going to walk through this with you. I will jump over to my account, but you will see a page like this and click Get Started. So there's I guess you used to call this a wizard that guides you through the steps. If you wanted, you could skip this wizard, which is just designed to show you templates and ideas that are relevant to you. So I'm actually going to click skip, skip, skip. And this is the page I want to arrive at here, where I just get to look and choose which templates are of interest to me. So I'll close this, and for my purposes, I'm going to create it so that this is linked to my account, so that as I'm teaching this class, I can log back in and I can take you through the stages. So here we are at this screen. Bear in mind, you won't yet have a Squarespace account, so you'll need to create one once you've selected your template. Now about the templates, and this is one of the best features of Squarespace. You can find something that comes as close to what you're looking to create as possible, and then rather than try to envision and create everything from scratch, you can begin by tweaking and customizing and swapping your content in. Now, as a professional designer, you'll probably want to swap a lot more than you leave. You'll be playing with layouts. You're not likely to accept a template exactly as it comes from Squarespace. And if you're doing this professionally, that's what others will be hiring you to do, to really put your own creative take on it. But this is a great place to start. And you can see there's a wide range of templates available. So if you wanted, you can explore the various categories. I'm obviously creating my sample website for the fictional Evoke Brewery. So I could look under food to see what templates people have tagged under that category. I could perhaps also look under restaurants. That might have the kind of look and feel I'm going for. But you get the idea. There's lots and lots of templates to choose from. And if you're really sure of the template you want to use, you click Start With. But I would recommend clicking the preview first. So rather than judging it from the thumbnail, click the preview and have a look. Scroll through, see what you think of the template. Now, if you wanted to, you could click Get Started without a template and just start from scratch, create a website from blank pages. That's an option, but I think reverse engineering some of these templates is really going to help you initially to kind of understand what can be done, and it's much easier to tweak than create from scratch when you're not yet familiar with Squarespace. So perhaps pause the video here if you're following along with your own project. Have a good look through the templates and pick one that you feel is relevant for you. You of course don't have to pick the same template as me. Now it's worth saying this isn't like platforms such as WordPress, where the template you pick, it means you have certain limitations. In Squarespace, a template is just a starting point. So I could, if I went through the style settings and made changes, I could turn this template in the center here into this template here. I could make it look exactly the same. There's nothing I'm going to come across which, because of a template, I won't be able to do. So you still have full access to customize all of the settings. So what are you looking for in the starting templates? Well, it doesn't have to necessarily be fonts. Those are very easy to change. The colors are easy to change. Sometimes I look for just the general layout, the look and feel they've used. which template's going to give me less work to do, and which template, as I scroll through, do I kind of see layouts that I think, this would work well for my brand. This one looked good, but as I scroll down, I'm not sure these kind of offset headings, the images as thumbnails down the left, I'm not sure that's really the right fit for me. Okay, and here's one I quite like. Not sure how you'd pronounce this, Colima maybe. But I'm definitely going to have quite a dark theme. I think a matte black background. I quite like the large text. I like some of the layout ideas. Plenty of full bleed images. So yeah, for me, I think this would be a good starting point. So you can click to view a full demo site. Up here if you want, that would open it in a new tab if you wanted to compare a few side by side. But I'm happy, so I'm going to click start with this design. Do the same with your preferred template and then join me in this next step. So Squarespace will now, for me, it's adding this to my account, and I straight away arrive at a page where I can fill in details specific to this website. For yourself, you would just have to create a Squarespace account. So the usual things you'd expect, enter an email address, choose a password, things like that. So once you arrive at this page, I'm going to name the site Evoke Brewery. So do the same, give the site the title relevant to your brand. And these pages are just letting us know what we can do now with the new and improved Squarespace. And there we are. So let's orient you with what we have in front of us here. So the sidebar to the left, this is essentially your way of navigating the back end of Squarespace. So the front end, what the visitor sees once the site goes live, will be everything to the right of that sidebar, which I can pop up to go full screen by clicking that button in the top right. So this is the front end that your visitors would see. And this sidebar helps us navigate in the back end. Squarespace gives you a certain amount of time, which has varied over the years. It's usually around 2 months. Because I have a pro account, a circle account, I get a little longer. So I actually have 182 days, which is quite generous. You can always contact them if you're working on behalf of a client and you need a little longer. But that's the amount of time you can build a site without needing any paid plan in place. Where does this website exist for the time being? Well, you can pop a domain name, a domain name you've purchased either from Squarespace or elsewhere. You can pop that in place quite easily. But for the time being, Squarespace assigns a temporary domain name. So it's worth bookmarking this page. This is what you'll revisit in order to access the back end. And this can be customized. It's given me a random string of words here, alligator cat 7. So if I go to settings and domains, you can see that as well as having the option to buy or connect a proper domain, Squarespace gives us subdomains for free, which means while we're developing this, if I click here on this randomly assigned domain name, I could actually pick one that's more relevant to the brand, which I think is a nice professional touch. So I'll use, assuming it's free, Evoke Brewery, and click rename. And just like that, you'll see that's changed. And this is now the address I visit to access the back end of a website. We'll talk, although we're going to come back to this when we're looking at what you do to launch the website, we'll look at the site visibility and permissions that Squarespace sets up by default. So if you go to settings, site availability, you can see by default this is set to private. So only yourself or someone that you provide that specific link to, and you don't need the bits on the end here. It's just this up to .com. If you provide someone that link and they're not logged in, they won't see anything. So you could change that. You could select the password protected option and select a password. And that way, if you send your prospective clients or someone you wanted to view the website, if you send them the URL at the top here, together with the password you've selected, they'll actually be able to see the website. Right now, any changes you make will be reflected in real time. So that's quite a nice touch when it comes to working with clients and sending them, maybe you send them updates of your progress, or you send the website stages to get some feedback from them. Quite nice to be able to do that and have a nice professional looking URL. So this is one of the things I must say I love about Squarespace. If you're working with WordPress or other platforms, there can be quite a bit of admin work behind getting a domain name in place, setting something up on the server, just getting ready to start designing. With Squarespace, well, you can literally do it with just a few clicks. So here we are. We've selected our template. We have our temporary domain in place, and we're ready to start customizing and designing. So we'll do that together in the next lesson.